and welcome to Millport on the Isle of Great Cumbria. Today I decided to do a day trip to a place I used to visit quite a lot when I was living around this locality. So this is Millport on the Isle of Cumbria, which is Scotland's most accessible island. That's because of its close proximity to the mainland, and also it's also a very short ferry journey from Largs. Lasts roughly around 12-15 minutes, and Largs has got good transport connections to Glasgow. So it's an ideal spot to come for a day trip. Right behind me is Kames Bay, and it's a popular beach here in Millport. It's probably the first beach you actually encounter. There is a couple of other beaches at the other end of town, but this seems to be the most popular one out of all of them. I saw a lot of young folk this morning, and they're actually making rafts. And when they built the rafts, they decided they were going to race each other. So it looked a lot of fun. Got a lovely view in the distance. We've got the Islands, which are the small islands. You also, right behind the Islands, you've got Little Cumbria, and also the Isle of Arran, a very misty Isle of Arran. One thing I have noticed is the installation of a lot of these type of benches, and also it looks like coastal defences as well. I remember when this used to be like a rocky slope, but they've done a very, very good job, very tidy job as well. As you can see, they look like the wave breakers. But also, they've made good use of it. It's good seating if you want to take a rest. And they've also constructed steps. And by the looks of it, there could be a jetty as well. So yeah, they've done a very good job. So well done. Well done, Millport. Millport's the only town on the Isle of Cumbria, and it's got a population of roughly 1,400 people. It's a small town, but it gives an impression that it's a lot bigger than what it is. One of the quirkiest but most photographed attractions here in Millport is Crocodile Rock. Way back in 1914, a local resident saw that the rock resembled a crocodile and decided to paint a crocodile's face on the rock itself, which has been lovingly maintained and repainted over the past century and has become the icon of Millport. This is Garrison House, which seems to be the main hub on the island. It houses a medical practice, museum, cafe, business centre, craft shop, you name it. It has a lot in there. It's a real good community centre. Let's go in, have a look. Here we go, coming into Garrison House, which the name suggests it used to be a garrison house. I think we have the museum here. As you can see, it was quite busy in there, but also seemed to be quite a lot of things to see and do in there. Very first time I've ever been to the museum, which has artifacts and documents what life was like on the island over generations and over certain periods of history as well. So yeah, quite interesting. So it's definitely worth a visit. Temperature is surely rising and many people are taking advantage of the good weather and going here for a day trip, which I don't blame them. But yeah, Millport is one of these places is very popular with day trippers, and it's probably the main source of income for many of the islanders. So yeah, it's good. It's good to see that these small places get busy in the summer. Definitely my type of shop. That's the Isle of Cumbrae Distillers. And what we got here? Oh, whiskey business. Enter at your own risk. Love the sign. But yeah, they do their own gins and they do their own whiskey in there as well. So yeah, definitely pop in. Right, we're coming up to an address which is 50 Stewart Street, and it's a unique house, and it's called the Wedge. And the reason why it's called the Wedge, it is reportedly the narrowest house in the world, and here it is. One thing you can do when you're in Millport is you can hire out bikes or any pedal vehicles such as these. They look good fun and seem to be a great way to go around the island. And you can get them in this famous shop here, Mapes of Millport. And right beside it, it's a very good sweet shop called Millport Rock. We seem to be approaching the main part of the town. Just like any old town, it has its banks, estate agents, and you name it, all the other shops you'll find on a high street. But it also has a collection of traditional souvenir shops as well. Very quaint cafes.
And you see that
Whenever I come to a new place, one thing I always do, and I like to check out, is the estate agencies. And you can see what the property market is like in this location. And the properties seem to be of good value, really. So you got like ones that are for offers over 55,000, 65,000, offers over 185,000. So hi, if you have the money, a house here could be a sound investment. What I love about towns like Millport is you have unique shops like this that sell all sorts of knickknacks and souvenirs. So yeah, it's a real throwback to years gone by, and it's absolutely great to see a lot of people on the streets here. Seems to be a thriving little town today. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks just absolutely yummy. We're not short for bike hire shops, I can tell you that. Looks like a good place in there. It's called the Ritz Cafe. And you also got amusements as well. So plenty to keep you occupied. But yeah, this is a stunning little place. And it's great when the sun is out. Another popular place seems to be the Pier Hotel. If memory serves me right, it used to be the George Hotel as well. Well, afternoon. Here we are. We're coming on to the old pier. And in years gone by, this is where all the paddle steamers used to dock. But unfortunately, this pier has fallen into disrepair. And the only boats that dock here are only small working boats now. It's a gorgeous wee spot here. And as you can see, we're not too far away from the mainland. You'll see two white buildings in the background, and that is Hunterston Nuclear Power Station, which is in the process of being decommissioned. So we're not too far away from the mainland. And as we move further here, you can see Little Cumbrae, and to the right hand side you can see the Isle of Arran, which is behind some mist at the moment. But you can definitely see the peak of Goat Fell. And the further you go up in Millport, you'll actually see tiny little beaches and coves. It really is an idyllic area. I've been visiting Millport for quite a while, ever since I moved over to Scotland. I used to come over once every month, 2 months. And I used to live in a place not too far away from Largs. So this was always one of my favourite days out. I've been here during the winter months where you won't see a soul on the street. But what makes me happy is this place seems to have recovered well after the COVID pandemic. And it's just great to see this town busy again. Millport always seems to be very popular with the boating community, and on a day like this, you might as well just get the boat out on the water. We've escaped the very populated promenade. We're making our way to the Cathedral of the Isles, which is the smallest cathedral in the United Kingdom. And it's very well known in the music scene here in Cumbrae. Not the cathedral, but just a run-down and abandoned church. I wonder, are they going to do anything with the building? Here we are, folks. It's got to say, it was nice and quiet, but you can hear someone cutting the grass or cutting something else. But here we are. Here is the Cathedral of the Isles, which was built in 1851. It's one building that's part of a complex. I do believe there's also a college for the Scottish Episcopal Church. This place was set up to be what they call the new Iona, and it's gorgeous. So yeah, here we are. We got signs up for the cathedral and the college. All right, so that must be the cathedral in there. Got some pretty little buildings here, and that might be the college building. Oh, sorry. I do beg your pardon. They have signs here for the college reception and the cathedral for Our Lady Chapel. Right, shall we have a gander and see what's in here? Oh, that's the college. Wrong door by the looks of it. Main entrance. There we are, via the steps. Down here. Certainly got my steps in today. Don't have a pedometer on me, but I reckon it's quite a lot. Plus the temperature's risen as well. And it's given it hot for this coming weekend. Well, that to me looks like the main entrance. We're on the right track, guys. Here we are, folks. The Cathedral of the Isles. It's quite impressive, isn't it? Oh, wow. It's so quiet and peaceful in here. But this place is stunning. Oh, and we have a piano. And I can see why they have a piano here, because the acoustics in this building is unreal. That's why I'm talking really softly. Again, we seem to have another piano. And that seems to be all the keyboards and pianos they have here. Looks like there's also a private chapel as well. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Well, that was really special in there. But it's time to get back to the car and see what else is on this island. As I watch my steps, because I don't want to fall. Now I hold in this expensive camera. Oh, I had to stop off a shop, get some water. It's getting quite hot out there. I'm starting to flag a wee bit now. So just gonna drive around the island and see what else we can see. Just a couple of minutes drive outside of Millport, we come to this lovely viewing area. And you can definitely experience the Clyde Islands here. Up in the background, you got Little Cumbria. And then the unmistakable silhouette of Arran. And then we go across and we can actually see the Isle of Bute, where I was only a couple of weeks ago. And that's Kilchotton Bay in the distance. And I don't know if we'll be able to see Mount Stewart. But yeah, it's gorgeous out here. Right in the distance, we seem to have the Trossachs, and also we can see the Cowell Peninsula. And this is actually quite a busy shipping lane, this part of the Clyde. But yeah, this spot is absolutely gorgeous. Ideal place to bring a deck chair or picnic. You will happily spend hours here just relaxing. As you can see, the gilet jacket's off. It's getting really warm now. But I love places like this where you can just walk and just drink in the views. Speaking of picnics, here's an ideal place for one. And a great idea, just put a bench there. Seems to be a very heavy laden ship. Wonder where it's off to. There is a sensory trail on the Isle of Cumbrae, and there's 5 of these posts around the island, and all you have to do is touch all of them, and you'll take with you a gift of luck from the islanders. So they say. I've enjoyed my time here on Great Cumbrae and in Millport. Just waiting for my boat to come in. Always good to come back and visit. So thanks for watching and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.